Congratulations, you finally made it to 4 p.m. You know what that means. Happy hour. It's time to kick back, relax, and dive into the world of sports with the Young and Norvelle Show. Whether you're catching up on the latest scores, analyzing the big plays, or gearing up for tonight's games, we've got you covered. So grab a cold one, settle in, and let's talk sports. Here they are, Patrick Young and Terry Norvelle.
All right, welcome to a Thursday edition. If it's Thursday, if it's the Young and Norvelle Show, well, that means Sliders Oyster Bar. That's exactly where I'm at, the patio of Sliders on a kind of overcast. We've had some rain earlier, which we need, and it has cooled things off. It feels wonderful here on the patio at Sliders Oyster Bar. I'm Terry Norvelle, set up here as we do it every single Thursday. Glad you're with us here on the program. We got a lot to cover here. If you're in the area, if you just got off work, if you've had a good day, a bad day, somewhere in between, you need to come by Sliders Oyster Bar. If you're down in the Neptune Beach in the corner area, you know where we're at. Sliders is a fun hangout, indoor dining, indoor bar, Slider Oyster Bar inside. And, of course, I'm on the patio. You can sit out here and dine, people watch. Just a great, great feel right now as the rain came through earlier and kind of washed things away. It's fresh, it's clean. It is Sliders Oyster Bar featuring Safe Harbor Seafood. Come by and say hi. Terry Norvelle here. We'll go until 6 o'clock. I hope you enjoy us the entire time. If not, we enjoy the time you're with us, and you can become part of the show. Feel free to drop us a chat line. Our chat line is always open, and we'll try and get your questions, your comments, your thoughts here on the show. That way you can participate in our show. Terry Norvelle here. Patrick Young may not join us. I probably told you a couple of days ago, Patrick tested positive for COVID a few days ago over the weekend, and he doesn't feel terrible, but he texted me about 10 minutes ago and said, I may lay this one out. So Patrick, we don't expect to hear from Patrick. He may surprise us. You never know. But Patrick, battling the COVID, may lay out today. So we'll do it from 4 until 6 right here from Sliders Oyster Bar with you. And a lot of stuff to cover here. We'll get our buddy Nick, our producer today. Nick is doing a great job on the back end. We'll get him involved as we go on the program. Jaguar camp is open now a couple days in. NFL camps are pretty much a couple of days in. The college guys will start very, very soon. FSU and Georgia Tech started yesterday. Now, they get to go really early, do the Noles and the Jackets. The NCAA allows them to start their fall camp very early because they play a very early game. They're a week ahead of everybody. They will play their game in Dublin on August 24th, which is 7 days ahead. But because of the extensive travel to get to Dublin and to get back from Dublin, the Noles and the Jackets, they get several extra days by the NCAA, which is fair, which is very fair. So they started yesterday. College football, in essence, the college camps, in essence, started yesterday with the Noles and the Jackets. That game comes up Saturday, August 24th. That's a high noon kickoff here. So how about this? You get a noon kickoff on the 24th to kick off college football season. It'll be a 5 o'clock kickoff in Dublin, Ireland. But, boy, that works for us, man. We are closing in on college football. We are closing in on the NFL. It is here. You can feel it. You can smell it in the air. Once you pass the July 4th holiday weekend, it's here, and it really, really is. We'll talk about that as we go. We've got a lot of NFL news and notes to get to, a lot of stuff happening, and it will just be nonstop now with camps opening, holdouts, and guys injured and guys not happy with their contract. NFL news and notes coming up today on the program. We've got Major League Baseball news and notes as the baseball season is starting to head this way, folks. I know they've got 60-ish games left, but you better start positioning yourself now as a division winner, as a wild card winner. We'll talk about who's where. And I don't know if you're aware, but about 45 minutes ago, we had a no-hitter in Major League Baseball. The Padres Dylan Cease threw a no-hitter today for the Padres. The Padres, in case you're wondering, they're too far behind the Dodgers probably to catch the Dodgers in the division race, but the Padres are right in the middle. They are clearly a threat to win one of the three wild card spots in the National League. The Padres made a move early in the year with the was it the Marlins? Yeah, they got the leadoff hitter Areza. They got the high average guy. The Padres think they're going to make some noise, and it looks like they might. Dylan Cease, who came to the Padres from the White Sox, who are having a miserable year. The White Sox are the worst team in baseball. They are currently 27-77, 35 and a half games behind. The White Sox are going nowhere. Dylan Cease was on the White Sox. He got traded to the San Diego Padres. What a good move. What a way to get out of jail for Dylan Cease. As the Padres now 55-50 and deep in the wild card hunt in the National League. So we had I think it's our second no-hitter in Major League Baseball. They had one earlier. I think a guy from the Astros threw a no-hitter. We'll try and track that down. So Major League Baseball well underway now, post-All-Star game, and it gets serious now. And I'll tease it a little bit. The Yankees are scuffling. The Mets are making a move at the expense of the Yankees. The Mets just swept the Yankees. But the Yankees, as bad as they're playing right now, they're getting a little bit of a help. They're getting a helping hand. They're getting a helping hand from the Orioles, the team that they are battling out. The Orioles haven't started hot. The Orioles are also scuffling. So the Yankees, who are not playing real well, they've struggled their last 10 games or so. They're getting a break because the Orioles in the AL East have also started kind of slow out of the All-Star break. We'll track Major League Baseball news and notes as we go. The Olympics have started in a weird way. The Olympics are funny. The opening ceremonies, I guess, for the Olympics are tomorrow, right? But several of the events have already started. I guess the men in soccer won. No, the men got beat 3-0 in soccer. The U.S. women are leading at last check 1-0. It's weird, though, the way the Olympics, the opening ceremony is tomorrow night, blasted to the world, yet the games have actually started. I don't quite understand that, but we will see. So a lot to get to. Also, I want to throw this out. Because we're closing in on time, and I know we have a lot of Gator fans. If you are a Gator fan, if you love the head ball coach, if you're orange and blue through and through, listen to me. Here's what we got going on. Spurrier's Gridiron Grill. You're probably aware that Coach Spurrier has a restaurant that he is very, very involved in. It has his name on it, but Coach Spurrier is hands-on. I have watched the head ball coach from day one when this thing broke ground about four and a half years ago. Spurrier's Gridiron Grill is a wonderful restaurant, museum, upstairs, downstairs, huge operation in the Gainesville area. They've got a new area called Celebration Point that has become the new hot spot in Alachua County. Brand new, everything's new. They've got a Bass Pro Shop there. They've got all the leading stores, and one of the anchors is Spurrier's Gridiron Grill. You've probably been to it. It's been open coming up on 3 years now. You probably have heard of it if you've not been to it. It's really a must-stop see in Gainesville. And they are celebrating coming up on Monday, August 12th, the third anniversary. It's amazing that it's 3 years old now. Coach Spurrier and I, we started doing shows from the podcast room year one at Spurrier's Gridiron Grill. We did 2 years of shows on Mondays and Fridays. It's 3 years old as of Monday, August 12th. So a big party, a big evening, a big dinner, a big everything is scheduled for Spurrier's Gridiron Grill coming up Monday, August 12th. A big dinner. And and there'll be all kinds. Obviously, Coach Spurrier will be there. They will have, and let me pull this out here as you've got a chance to get involved. You take a look right there at there's the announcement there coming up very soon on the 12th. Coach Spurrier's third anniversary of his restaurant. So what will happen that day? And by the way, let me emphasize this. Space is limited. They are just about sold out. There are a few spots left to go to the big event coming up on Monday, August 12th. But the spots, there's a seat here and a seat there, and most of your better dinner times are taken. Okay? So it's pretty much sold out. The good dinner times, and to run the most people through, the restaurant is set up like on that day, there will be a 5:30 dinner crowd, a 5:45. They'll seat people at 6, 6:15, 6:30, 6:45, 7, 7:15, all the way through 9 o'clock. That's the most advantageous way to get the most people through there. Now, with that said, most of, if not all, the premium spots are gone. There are spots available, but most are gone in terms of your better seating, your earlier seating. Okay, you with me? So here's the deal. Yesterday, Patrick Young and I, we with our show, the Young and Norvelle show, we were able to secure 2 tables. We've got 12 seats, 2 tables. We just secured the 2 separate tables yesterday afternoon. We haven't even talked about it on the air per se. So here's the deal. We have 2 tables for the event, the third anniversary of Spurrier's Gridiron Grill coming up Monday, August 12th. We have 2 tables in our show name, okay? We are just about now, as a matter of fact, I'm talking about it. We're going to roll it out. Our dinners at our 2 tables, we are set for 7:15. So it's a premium dinner time on that Monday. Now, what do you get? What do you get for your ticket purchase? Well, you're going to get FaceTime. The head ball coach will come by our tables and say hi. So you see there a little FaceTime with the head ball coach. Selfies are encouraged. So if you've always thought, man, I'd love to meet up with Coach Spurrier. Man, I'd love to get a selfie for posterity's sake. That's part of it. How about number 2, a delicious high-end dinner buffet featuring a filet mignon carving station. They don't play games with the food at Spurrier's Gridiron Grill. It's a big-time restaurant. It's a big-time kitchen. Everybody that attends on Monday, August 12th, will get a special thank you gift for every guest. So just by getting in, if you buy your ticket, you'll then go into a raffle to win a dinner, a separate dinner with the head ball coach, Coach Spurrier. Now, of course, you got to be lucky, but at least you're in the game. You may win a raffle dinner with the coach, and then you see some of the proceeds, where the money goes. They're not looking to pocket money. They're Coach Spurrier and Freddie Wiebe and the whole group with Spurrier's Gridiron Grill, very community-oriented. So you're going to help a lot of good people with your ticket purchase. Now, you saw what you get. That's if you just buy a ticket through Spurrier's Gridiron Grill. And they're almost sold out. Now, we have secured 2 tables, Patrick Young and myself. In addition to that, we will do our show live from Celebration Point. That's the area where Spurrier's is at. We'll do our show on that afternoon, 4 to 6. We're going to do the Young and Norvelle show live, probably from the stage, which is 20 yards from the front door of Spurrier's right there in the courtyard. So we're going to go live, myself and Patrick, the same day as the anniversary party, the third anniversary party on the 12th of August. We're doing our show 4 to 6. You will then, we have tickets that we are selling. If you buy through us, you will sit at one of our 2 tables. So you'll sit with either myself or Patrick Young. We'll have 2 separate tables for our show people. We've secured that. And I can't tell you who or how many, but do you realize how many current and past Gator players and coaches and administrators that will be there that night? So you will then, of course, by being at the event, Coach Spurrier will say hi. You'll meet and greet with Coach Spurrier. You will get a selfie with Coach Spurrier. You'll sit at a table and enjoy a wonderful dinner, including the filet mignon carving station with my table and Patrick Young's table. We think we'll be right next to each other. And everybody in the world knows Patrick Young. Every former Gator, every current Gator, every Gator administrator will come by and say hi. It will be a huge, huge night. By the way, if you purchase a ticket through us, and I'm going to tell you in a moment to reach out to me and I'll get back with you, gratuity is included, as a matter of fact. So you get a great dinner, the head ball coach, a selfie, a night to remember. You will never forget this night. I can't even imagine what the former and present and Gator Nation will show up. It's going to be a big, 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 big time. Big time. You'll also receive a special gift just for showing up. It's going to be a big time. We hope you join us. Seating is limited at our 2 tables. We just opened up. We have 12 seats. I think we're down to 9. Now, how do you secure your seat with us on that special night? Reach out to me. I don't want to open it up because I think if I just generally open it up, too many people will buy. It's limited, folks. We're so close to the event, there aren't many seats available. And if you buy one, just a general seat, who knows where they're going to put you. You may have a dinner at 9 o'clock, 9:15, 8:45. Our 2 tables, our dinner time is 7:15, and it's 7:15 on purpose. We're going to do the show, Patrick Young and myself. We're going to do our show from 4 to 6. If you buy tickets through us, as I just promoted, you also will get a copy, a signed copy of Patrick Young's book, Sit to Rise. We're going to also do from 6 when we go off the air that day until 7 before we go in the restaurant. Patrick will have a book signing right there at Celebration Point. So it's going to be a big, big time. You, as you buy a ticket through us, will get your own signed copy of Sit to Rise, Patrick Young's wonderful, wonderful book about just his story, where he is at, how he has persevered. You don't want to miss it. Big time. Big time. So if you are interested, limited seating, reach out to me, Terry Norvelle. You can do it via social media. You can do it via Twitter. Just ask, hey, Terry, get back with me, and I will reach back out to you and let you know how you can secure your tickets. They will go quick. I think we're down to 9. I think we started at 12. We're down to 9, and I just mentioned it. This is literally pre-sales, pre-buying. Take advantage of it. Check it out different ways. You can go to the Young and Norvelle Show on Facebook. Drop me a DM. I'll get back with you. You should see there's my Twitter handle, @Norvelle_Terry. Reach out to me. Say, Terry, I'm interested. Reach back out to me. While the tickets last, I'll get back with you. It's a first come, first serve, and there aren't many tickets left. So there you have it. Big time. It's going to be a fun time. As a matter of fact, honesty compels me to say, and Nick, I know my man Nick's listening on the back end. I secured all the tickets. I secured our 2 tables basically earlier today, late last night and earlier today. And Nick, I went ahead and got a hotel room in Gainesville because I'm predicting that old Terry on Monday, August 12th, I'm going to have a good time. It's going to be a good time. It's going to be a fun time. And Nick, I went ahead and got a hotel at Hotel Indigo, which is right there on the premises. I ain't driving home that night, my man. I'm going to get off the air August 12th on Monday, Nick, and I'm going to go have me some dinner, and I'm going to fraternize and say hi to all our people at our tables and all the Gators and Coach Spurrier. And, Nick, I'm gonna have a few drinks, I think. So I just got me a room in Gainesville. How about that?
Hey,
How about
buddy, I
that,
don't
Nick?
blame you. I don't
Hey,
blame you
man.
one bit.
Hey, man, if you got a few dollars, let me know. I'll get you a ticket. Now, you can't wear that outfit. You can't wear that outfit you got to
What else
Spurriers.
am I
But
supposed to wear?
hey, let me tell you a quick story. I actually I met some buddies of mine this past this past Florida Tennessee game, right? The last game in Gainesville earlier in September, about a year ago. A buddy of mine is one of my best friends in the world here in Jacksonville, is a massive Tennessee fan. And we all met at Spurrier's pregame, and we had a big time, and it was fun. There were a lot of Tennessee fans. And, Nick, I don't know if you know this, Coach Spurrier's restaurant, because he goes on with Paul Feinbaum a lot. He's on with Feinbaum a lot, obviously broadcasting SEC Network all over the Southeast. This restaurant in Gainesville is must-see for the visiting fans. Tennessee fans were all over the restaurant. Alabama fans a couple years ago, they came through, the first visiting team to ever play when Spurrier's was open. Everybody gets by there. It's a fun place, man. If you're in Gainesville, Nick, you need to get there. You need to get by there.
I went last year. I tried to find like a local spot. I wound up just finding like a chain burger joint by accident. I thought it was local.
In Gainesville?
My bad. Yeah.
In Gainesville?
Because I went to the game. Yeah. But it was a fun
Man,
time.
Yeah, a good game, night game. I wish I'd known it because I would have gotten you by Coach Spurrier's. But, yeah, every visiting fan base that comes through Gainesville, I mean, I'm telling you, Nick, this sounds crazy, but it's true. On Friday night, football season, Gator home game, particularly SEC Gator home game, if you go to Spurrier's, there's a good chance there are more visiting fans in Spurrier's than Gator fans, because these fans, the Alabama nation, the Tennessee nation, the LSU nation, they've heard about this place, and it's something. It's a museum. It's a restaurant. Well, there'll be more visiting fans because, their chances of getting by this restaurant are limited. They don't live in and around Northeast Florida. It's a fun place, man. It's a fun place. I'll hook you up, I promise, next time you're in the area.
I'd appreciate it. But no, I wish I'd have known about it when I was down there last year. I think it'd been pretty fun to get going to.
Nick, it won't work this year because Florida is scheduled to beat Tennessee in Knoxville this year. So
we'll see.
You see how I said that? Do you see how I said that, Nick? The Gators are scheduled to beat Tennessee.
Clear, man. Come on now.
In Knoxville. So, well, there you have it. Hey, Gator Nation, seriously, I wanted to take that PSA. We've got tickets, our table. It's going to be fun. Well, me and Patrick, we're fun. No telling who's going to come by. Everybody that sees Patrick Young will stop by, former, current, future Gator. They'll stop by and say hi. So it's going to be a big time. Make sure right now, at any moment, reach out to me. I'll get back with you, let you know how you can secure your 2 tickets, 1 ticket, however many. I think we're down to 9 and dwindling. Get with us, and I'll take care of you. You don't want to miss it. It'll be here before you know it. The 3rd anniversary of Spurrier's Gridiron Grill in Gainesville coming up on Monday, August 12th. Our show live from there. It's going to be a big time. Make sure you take advantage. 1 down, a long way to go. Boy, some not so flattering offensive news from the Jaguars practice today and or yesterday. We'll go over what Mike Duraco, my buddy Mike Duraco, who covers the Jaguars, he was on hand along with other reporters. It wasn't a pretty day on the offensive side for the Jaguars. We'll talk about that and a lot more. It's a Thursday edition. We're live at Sliders Oyster Bar, our Thursday location. They are serving up the wonderful Safe Harbor seafood. Come by, say hi, enjoy a drink, grab a meal, and just do some people watching. The temperature is incredible, folks. Back after this quick timeout.
At Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, we know pain and injuries can stop you from doing what you love. This is why our board-certified orthopedic specialists offer the latest in both non-surgical and surgical treatment options and create a treatment plan tailored to your unique lifestyle and goals. So, whether it is a sports injury or that nagging pain that's keeping you from doing what you love, our team has the right treatment for you. For more information or to schedule an appointment online, visit our website.
Finally, a family atmosphere, kid-friendly restaurant with a real sports bar feel. Bricks Jack's Beach features all of that and a large, climate-controlled covered patio with misting fans and heaters for all seasons. Mix in an extremely diverse menu that features the most quality and affordable steak at the beach, and there's no reason not to enjoy your next lunch, dinner, happy hour, or big sporting event at Bricks Jack's Beach, 300 2nd Street North in Jacksonville Beach. See you at Bricks Jack's Beach.
I was tempted.
It's more than just food. It's a tradition, a heritage. It's about my family and the smiles on their faces. It's about the flavor, the meat, the love, the community. Our community. Barbecue is who we are, and it's what we do.
The Action Sports Jax 24/7 network is streaming. I'm Stuart Weber, and I'm here to teach you a nice three-step process on how you can watch all your favorite programming from the Brent and Austin Show every weekday 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. or the Cup Date with me. It's fantastic. We talk NASCAR. It's a great time. Wednesdays at 1 o'clock. All right, first step, easy. Download the Action News Jax app. You probably already have it downloaded on your phone, so you might already have that one taken care of. Step 2, see that stack of pancakes up there? You click that stack of pancakes, and it's going to bring down step number 3, which is a full screen of all the different streams that you can click on, including the Action Sports Jax 24/7 stream. You click that, the video's rocking and rolling on your mobile device, you're watching all the shows you want to, and you're having a good time. You can also do it on your smart TV with the Action News Jax Now app. I do it on my Samsung TV at home. It's a great way to watch it on a nice, large screen for all the content. That's the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network. Hope you can find it.
You trust CGC to make your water great, and now you can trust CGC with your plumbing needs as well. Fast, convenient scheduling, licensed and insured. A quick call away at 904-552-1242.
You never know when you're going to have an issue with a shower, toilet, or maybe it's a sink that sometimes is easy to fix. All right, let's be honest. I'm not fixing anything. I'm totally staging this because when I have a plumbing problem, I call CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing.
Trained professionals, transparent pricing, customer satisfaction. Small problem or even a bigger issue. Maybe you need a new tankless water heater or something a bit more intricate. The experts with 25 years of experience at CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing can do it all. Call 904-552-1242 or visit cgcwater.com. That's 904-552-1242 or cgcwater.com. CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing, an authorized independent Connecticut dealer. Florida license number CFC 1432579.
All right, back we are here having a fun time on a Thursday. Man, I can't get over how nice the weather is here on the patio of Sliders Oyster Bar. You take a look at the NFL, some of the Week 1 games, projections, and things like that. I want to turn it to NFL talk right now with regard to, don't kill the messenger, okay? Don't kill the messenger. But ESPN's Mike DiRocco, obviously the local, Mike DiRocco, local here in North Florida, buddy of mine. I've known him a long time. Mike was a long-time Gator beat writer. He's worked his way to ESPN covering the Jaguars. This is Mike DiRocco, his summation of offensive Jaguar practice today. Don't kill the messenger. And it's early. Don't kill the messenger. But Mike DiRocco coming out of camp today. Through 2 training camp practices, the Jaguars' offense has turned the ball over 6 times in the red zone. Andrew Wingard has picked off Trevor Lawrence twice in the red zone today on Thursday. One day after Ronald Darby picked off Trevor Lawrence in the red zone on Wednesday. Red zone offense was a massive issue for the Jags in 2023. We all remember that. DiRocco goes on to post on his Twitter account. I want to give him credit. the Jaguars were 21st in red zone TD percentage and turned the ball over 5 times in the red zone last year, tied for the second most in the NFL with Atlanta. I know it's early, but I will say this. If these numbers were flipped, excuse me, and Trevor Lawrence was 6-0 in the red zone with 6 touchdowns and 0 interceptions, we would also be reporting that. And a lot of Jaguar Nation would be going, oh, my God, look at there. We've taken this. So I just want to be fair on both sides. But that's not the best report early out of Jaguar camp in terms of the offense. Ooh. And no disrespect to Andrew Wingard, but it's not like he's one of the great safeties in the history of the NFL, and you're not going to sneak anything by Andrew Wingard. Okay, so we'll track that. Welcome back here, the Young and Norvelle Show broadcasting. I'm Terry Norvelle right here on the patio of Sliders, our Thursday home. Of course, you know Sliders by now. Just a wonderful hangout now. We're in Neptune Beach, but we're right next to Atlantic Beach, and it's the corner and all the fun stuff where the beaches meet. This is a legendary place. The Oyster Bar, obviously, hence Sliders Oyster Bar, up and running. Logan's in there throwing it out, the full-service bar. I'm on the patio. You can dine indoors if you so choose. And, man, we've had a couple of little rainstorms come through here down on this side of the Intercoastal. It has cooled it off. It is spectacular. Nick, I don't want to rub it in. I know you're inside, but I would guess our temperature right now is about 79 degrees. 79 degrees. You think? It is spectacular.
It does
here
feel
on
pretty
the
good
patio.
for Florida, I have to admit.
Yeah, it really does. It really feels nice, Nick. And they're starting to fill up the patio here, and you can feel it, Nick. I know you dress it. You've got your ball stuff on. You can feel it. It's football season. Yeah. It is in the air. I've almost got have you seen my shirt? I've almost got Tennessee orange, right?
It's close.
Can you see it?
It's right. It's
now
real close.
But do you see my
blue out?
This logo right here though
mm-hmm.
is Patrick Young, PY. It's kind of like a interlocking. I don't know if you can see that. It's a Patrick Young
PY,
Foundation shirt with a little blue. So we better say it's Tennessee colors quietly. Patrick will be mad. But no, I like to wear this. I represent Pat. Gives me a lot of stuff. And by the way, if you're wondering where's Patrick Young, my co-host, he tested for COVID over the weekend. He doesn't feel bad. He was with us, the first few days of the week. He feels okay. But today, a little nasally. He thought his voice was a mess. So he went ahead and laid out today. Pat should be back up probably tomorrow, if not, obviously, on Monday. But he's not feeling too bad. But, yeah, he tested for the COVID. And, Nick, I'm not the smartest guy running around. I guess the COVID vaccines that people, have gotten over the years, let me back up. I think, like, if you get the mumps or the measles vaccine, that's for a lifetime, I think, right? You don't ever need to really go back and get it, right? If you get it as a kid, the vaccine, I think you're protected. But the COVID, I guess, is it not forever? You can get it again and again. I don't know. Help me, Nick. Help me.
I'm not certain myself either. I don't know that I probably got the other one when I was younger, getting ready for school, because I remember I had to get them to go to school.
Yeah,
I think the COVID one is kind of like a flu vaccine. You get it every year, probably.
Kind of every year kind of thing. But,
yeah.
Well, can't we make it where it's like the measles and the mumps, like forever? Like a stamp? You know how you can buy a forever stamp? And no matter if you buy a bunch of stamps at 31 cents, no matter how high the stamps go up, it says forever, right?
Yeah.
I want a forever COVID shot. I guess it's not like that. I don't know. Maybe I need to ask Dr. Bates a little bit later next week about that. So we'll see. Hey, Nick, unfortunately, where we're at right now, college football camps are just about to open across the country. Florida State and Georgia Tech early because they play early and they have a long travel. But the college camps across the board are 7 to 10 days from opening. I mean, we're closing in on the first week of August. The NFL camps are opening up. Unfortunately, and it's already happened in Vikings camp, unfortunately, I don't know if you've thought this through ever, Nick, but the next 3 weeks for the NFL and college football, when they all go to camp, these are the toughest practices you'll have all year. I mean, it's camp, and you're really going at it a little bit. You're hitting each other. You're working hard because once the NFL season starts and once the college football season starts, do you practice during it? Yes, you practice. But you'll meet up on a Monday and walk through the film session and won't break a sweat. You'll meet up on a Wednesday or Thursday. You don't practice hard during the season.
Yeah.
Point being, Nick, these next 3 weeks, the first 3 weeks of camp for college and the NFL, they're as hard as you're going to go in practice. The problem is you've got so many guys practicing hard. This is a nasty injury season. It happens every year. You're going to have guys. The Vikings have a cornerback, Blackman, that blew his ACL out yesterday. They also had, you probably heard about the tragedy the Vikings had. Their cornerback, Jackson, was killed in an automobile accident. He was their 4th-round pick. So you look up at the Vikings, they've barely started camp, and they're down 2 cornerbacks. One a tragedy and one an injury. This is a tough period right now. Every year you kind of hold your breath and hope you can get through your 2 to 3 weeks because, Nick, you have to go hard because you're getting ready for the season.
Yeah.
But when you go hard, injuries mount. It's a hold your. I call it the hold your breath season right now.
Yeah, it very much is. You have to find a way to cut your teeth, to sharpen the iron, but to not lose key pieces. That's why you've seen like the evolution of like the cap that they wear, where you can eliminate potential concussion stuff. You've seen more like no contact, but even who was it? Well, Hendon Hooker in 22, for example, to come back to mind real quick, a non-contact he cuts. How do you avoid that in practice?
Yeah.
It's just you got to find the balance where like even just a cut doesn't hurt someone to a level to lose them for the year.
Yeah.
It is a very tricky time. That's why you're going to see the argument.
And Nick, you're so
about the preseason games where
it really is. And Nick, you're so right, Nick. The majority of your sport, and I'll just leave it at football because we're in football season.
Yeah.
The majority of your football injuries and your big time lost for the season injuries, they're not one guy just drills another guy. The majority of your injuries are a defensive lineman falls and rolls into an offensive lineman's knee, or a receiver is running a route and cuts and he blows out an ACL. Yeah. I mean, those are the majority of your injuries. The high impact injury is not the one that really puts people out. But right now, because of so many teams are practicing at such a high level to get ready for game one, the majority of players are going hard in practice. Once the season starts, you don't go hard in practice. It takes a real fluke to get injured in for example, Tennessee, mid-October, Wednesday practice. They just played Vanderbilt, and they're about to play Alabama. That Wednesday practice, mentally it's a big practice. They're not going hard. They're not knocking heads. It takes a fluke of an injury to happen, but, man, it's going to happen. This is a dicey time of year. It really is dicey time of year. Nick, one of your favorite players, we all hope comes back from injury, Brew McCoy, the receiver for Tennessee.
Broken ankle.
He's a kid. I remember this kid coming out of high school. He was a high 5-star recruit. Everybody in the country wanted him. He was a big-time player, Brew McCoy. He went to USC, as you know, Nick, but a lot of people, he goes to the Southern Cal Trojans, 5-star recruit, big-time player. He ends up transferring back to the South and goes to Knoxville, to Tennessee. Great player. He looked like he was going to be a superstar. And then on just a basic square in route, he blew his knee out. Hopefully he can come back. You remember that well, right?
Yeah, it was the ankle against South Carolina, and he didn't cut. It was the way he was wrapped up when he was tackled. And there's something about that South Carolina series. Is always somebody getting hurt. Like going back to Marcus Lattimore 12, 14 years ago at this point.
Yeah.
Look, the head ball coach was a coach in. Sure, as a Tennessee fan, you probably think we don't like the guy. I am probably of the minority that I love Spurrier. Great dude, hilarious. Great one-liners throughout time at Tennessee or at Florida and at South Carolina.
Sure.
But you hate seeing that for guys like that. No matter who it is. But he got wrapped up funky. It broke the ankle. It turned one way. But I think Brew's going to come back just fine. He's a big-body receiver, kind of like Anquan Bolden, the big-body physical receiver.
Yeah, I know I'm rooting for the kid. I'm rooting for the kid because it looks so innocent. When he did that square in, and I think he caught the ball and got tackled, as you said. It looks so innocent, but that's how the injuries happen. Very few. A guy does get a concussion here and there. His head hits the ground, but your football injuries, if you go back and track all of your major football injuries, most of them, I don't want to say fluke, but they're not high impact. It's not like one guy is smashing another and he breaks his entire shoulder, right? No. The football injuries are the defensive end is rushing the quarterback and he spins, loses his balance, and he falls into the offensive tackle's exterior knee and he tears. Yeah, it's weird, but man, I tell you one thing. Sometime, and Nick, you're probably getting to the age where you're getting older and you've gone through a lot of off seasons now. Every season, an old guy like me can concur with this. Every season in August, there seems to be one or two college programs and one or two NFL programs that the injury gods, for whatever reason, they just you're like, damn. They had two. Yeah, it gangs up. And then if you're the program, college or pro, college or NFL, that escapes it, you just kind of you wipe your brow and go, okay, that was all we escaped it because there's no rhyme nor reason, man. But injuries this time of year are a big part of the football season.
And they can pile up in a heartbeat before you even know it.
In a heartbeat.
And you can lose guys that aren't even done for the year, but they're not running at full capacity. Like I think we lost Kenan Peely, who we're getting back for this year. Had like a preseason or a very early in the year injury that we just lost kind of halfway through. It's never 100%.
Yeah.
So
and your point is a good one. College or pro, you may not lose them for total end of season injury, but what if you lose them and lose a couple of them and lose a couple of the same position? Well, you may have lost enough games to where your season is quote unquote over. Even if they come back, you've lost 2 or 3 games early, your season's over.
Yeah,
your season's
especially
over.
now in the 12-team playoff format.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, tough deal for as we get a break. Tough deal for the Vikings. Jackson, and you probably saw that their draft choice was killed. I mean, killed in the offseason. So, number one, tragedy. Feel terrible for the kid, the family. Well, much like the Jaguars have drafted a couple of cornerbacks, the Vikings were counting on this guy. He's a 4th-round pick. He's out. And then yesterday, another cornerback blew his ACL out. So the Vikings have barely gotten into camp. And, I mean, they are scuffling at the cornerback position. It can be cruel. It can be cruel. Real quick, as we break NFL news and notes, you probably saw Trent Williams. The 49ers have got a couple of big-time players now. Are they disgruntled? Are they just holding out because the game is hold out? But the big man Williams, their offensive tackle, he's holding out now for the 49ers. And Brandon Ayuk, the big-time receiver, he's not happy. So the 49ers have had a little bit of an issue here in the offseason, preseason. And, Nick, did you see where and you wonder, there's got to be some safeguards in this NFL Hard Knocks. It's kind of neat that they do Hard Knocks. You get to see behind the scenes. You probably enjoy it. We all enjoy it, but you wonder. There's got to be some safeguards in the filming of Hard Knocks or the editing. Did you see where Saquon Barkley, who obviously his home has been with the Giants, he ended up getting picked up with the Eagles, the dreaded Eagles, but Hard Knocks was with the Giants. Did you see where Barkley came out and said, "Wait a minute"? With the most recent episode that aired, he goes, "I was talking to some upper management with the Giants. I didn't realize I was on film." And that was a little – did you hear about that? Yeah.
I didn't hear about that.
I remember
watching the saga unfold of him getting traded where they're talking, well, he's worth so much, but maybe not that much money and so on and so forth. I didn't see his response to it and that he wasn't aware of it being filmed. That is tricky.
Yeah, it just came out. Yeah, it is. It is tricky. You wonder there – and maybe he didn't hear it. Maybe he didn't pay attention. But I'll tell you one thing. You got to be careful. I subscribe, and Patrick and I had a conversation not long ago on this show. I subscribe to the theory that I like the behind-the-scenes stuff. Don't get me wrong. I enjoy I'm watching receivers right now. Last year I watched quarterbacks, right, from Netflix, the NFL stuff. I enjoy all that, but I also think you got to be careful and respect the principles in that and make sure, do they understand it's being filmed? And, do they agree to – I think it's a dicey situation that I don't think cameras should be everywhere. I don't know. I don't know what your thoughts are, but I just don't think – I think there's some personal space that – it sounded like Saquon Barkley – had no idea that he was being recorded when he was talking with the Giants brass, and they were saying, "Hey, man, we're going to let you go," blah, 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 right? That's a dicey little situation, if you ask me.
Yeah, I would agree. Trying to think, there's something where it's like it's not entrapment because he's not guilty of anything.
Yeah.
But being unknowingly recorded or having like the conversations recorded, especially with the upper management of the team, the top brass.
Yeah,
not really a good look.
And you wonder, there's probably some areas that the franchises have to say, okay, hey guys, listen, we are the HBO. What is it called? I don't know what they call it. It's receivers. Hard Knocks. Hard Knocks. We're this year's Hard Knocks. Now, if they get us together as a team in February and say, "Hey guys, listen, we're a couple weeks away. Everybody's working hard in the off season. Hey, just want to tell you guys." And now I'm talking to the entire roster right now, 90-something players. Hey, listen, we have been selected by the NFL. We're going to do Hard Knocks. There's going to be a lot of cameras, blah 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 blah, throughout the training camp, blah blah blah. Now, is that the only time they tell these guys? You could easily a month later forget, right? To me, you got to be careful to protect. Some areas don't need to be public, I think. And it sounded like Barkley, did he just forget? Did they not tell their players, hey, by the way, remember, this week the cameras are rolling? I don't know. I just think the not that this happened in the locker room, but a sports locker room, male or female, needs to be a safe space, I think. I don't think you need to walk into your locker room or your facility and go, "Oh, my God, I've got to guard every word. Remember, I'm on you know what I mean? I think there needs to be some safe – because you're going to forget sometimes. I don't know. Maybe I'm paranoid. Nick, maybe I'm paranoid.
No, I mean, and especially this day and age of social media and whatnot, and how everything's so like video forward and everything. It's not shocking it happened. It probably shouldn't be left in the like management areas as far as like GMs and whatnot. But then you can argue, like the clip with Vontae Davis, however long ago when he was with Miami and he was traded to Indianapolis, and his response is, "Let me call my grandmother." Like it works sometimes. I don't know if that was Hard Knocks or not. Don't know for sure.
Yeah,
but there are times where it's good.
All I know is
it's bad.
And we'll go to break on this. All I know is, and I don't know the inner workings of Saquon Barkley when he was with the Giants, meeting with the Giants brass, and they're saying, basically, they're talking serious stuff. All I know is if the Giants, and they have to know that they are the next Hard Knocks subject, right? They have to know that. They've given permission to be. It didn't sound like when Saquon Barkley walked into that general manager's office to sit down and talk big-time negotiations. Where we're going, Saquon. What do you want to do? We are going to franchise you. We are not going to franchise you. We're going to let you go cut a deal. All I know was it appeared that nobody on the Giants side, before he sat down in that big office, right? That's the big office. That nobody said, hey, don't forget now, we are this year's HBO Hard Knocks, and there's a recorder in here. It appeared that nobody and if they reminded him a month ago, is it his fault for forgetting? I don't know. I don't know. Let's take a break. Maybe I'm making more of it than it is. We're slowly wrapping up hour number one. Terry Norvelle here on the patio at Sliders Oyster Bar. We'll come back and get into some Major League Baseball. There was a no-hitter thrown today. I think only the second one all season. We'll talk about who did that, take a peek around Major League Baseball, and come back and kick off hour number two.
Finally, a family atmosphere, kid-friendly restaurant with a real sports bar feel. Rick's Jack's Beach features all of that and a large, climate-controlled covered patio with misting fans and heaters for all seasons. Mix in an extremely diverse menu that features the most quality and affordable steak at the beach, and there's no reason not to enjoy your next lunch, dinner, happy hour, or big sporting event at Rick's Jack's Beach, 300 2nd Street North in Jacksonville Beach. See you at Rick's Jack's Beach.
For over 20 years, Southeast Orthopedic Specialists has been providing the highest level of orthopedic and spine care to patients throughout Northeast Florida. Now, we're making that same great care even more convenient with Southeast Orthopedic Specialists Direct, a walk-in clinic where you can be seen for pain or injuries with no appointment needed. Staffed by orthopedic physicians and specialists, we offer everything from diagnosis and treatment to imaging and bracing, all with no appointment needed. For more information, hours, and locations, visit our website.
I was tempted.
It's more than just food. It's a tradition, a heritage.
I was tempted.
It's about my family and the smiles on their faces. It's about the flavor,
I was certain.
the meat, the love, the community. Our
To
community.
change you and you will be mine.
Barbecue is who we are, and it's what we do.
Hey everyone, Olivia Tasley here from Action Sports Jacks to tell you all the different ways you can watch our new 24/7 network. 3 easy steps. You don't even need a pen and paper to write it down. Step number 1, download the app. Search Action News Jacks in your app store either on your phone or your smart TV. Then, once you're on the app, click on that little drop-down menu in the upper left-hand corner with the 3 little lines. That'll show you these options, and boom, right here, click Action Sports Jacks 24/7, and you will be brought to our continuous stream channel. That app can be accessed through all these different platforms, whether you have Roku, Fire TV, Smart TV, Apple TV, or Google TV. You can find our app. Now, if you don't have access to the app, don't worry, we still got you covered. We're across all social media platforms from Facebook, Instagram, X, YouTube, Twitch. We have a podcast channel. Plus, check out our short reels on our TikTok. Action Sports Jacks 24/7. It's on all the time and everywhere.
Summertime means sizzling sales at Nimnick Buick GMC. The #1 Buick GMC dealer in Jacksonville has lots of inventory to choose from with their best price guarantee. Nimnick never charges above MSRP. You can save up to $10,000 off select new GMC Sierras or get rates as low as 1.9%.
You know, I'm a truck guy. GMC Sierra, my trim level is an SLT. This one's an Elevation. Pretty good looking color as well. So here at Nimnick Buick GMC, you have a lot to pick from. My father-in-law, he drives this, an Enclave, so I feel like that GMC in the family. 2025 is coming around the corner, which means it's almost time to close out those 2024s this summer.
You can schedule a test drive at NimnickBuickGMC.com. And while you're there, check your trade value and customize your payment options. Nimnick is there for you, even on Sundays. Visit the showroom on Phillips Highway or shop online at NimnickBuickGMC.com. Nimnick, your friends in the car business since 1941. GMC, we are professional grade.
Hey, welcome back. It is a Thursday. I'm on the patio. The weather could not be better in terms of temperature. It just feels fresh, feels light here. I'm on the patio at Sliders Oyster Bar, our Thursday location. You know by now, down in Neptune Beach. If you don't know, you need to find out. Sliders Oyster Bar, the wonderful oyster bar, the full-service bar inside. You can dine inside. You can dine on the patio where I'm at. Climate controlled out here. They've, depending on the season, wonderful fans during the cooler times of the year. Whew. You remember those, right? The cooler times of the year. Heaters everywhere on the patio. They can control the climate. They just they know what they're doing here at Sliders. Wonderful seafood, the best, the freshest seafood, right from the dock to your plate via Safe Harbor Seafood. That's who supplies all the fresh seafood here at Sliders Oyster Bar. Patrick Young kind of taking the day off. He tested positive a couple days ago for COVID. He feels pretty good, but voice a little raspy. Thought he wanted to take today off, so Patrick should join us tomorrow. Incidentally, we're staying at the beach. You probably know it by now. Our Friday location, that way. We're about 5 miles that way in Jacksonville Beach at Brick. So if you're in that area tomorrow, come by, say hi, kick off your weekend with us. Great specials as well at Bricks on Fridays, including their famous $12.99 ribeye special, which includes 2 sides. A lot to get to. We'll get some after the top of the hour Major League Baseball talk. There was a no-hitter thrown today. If you have not heard, Dylan Cease, a really, really good pitcher the last 3 or 4 years in Major League Baseball. He was with the White Sox. The White Sox are going nowhere. He was moved to the Padres. The Padres are deep into the wild card race right now. Dylan Cease earlier today, throws a no-hitter for the Padres as they are really, really fighting for a wild card spot. I believe that's the second no-hitter of the season in Major League Baseball, so a big deal today. We have a no-hitter thrown by Dylan Cease. By the way, Dylan Cease gets away from the White Sox, who are 27-77, the worst team in Major League Baseball. He gets away and goes to the Padres. Padres 55-50 and deep in the wild card positioning. 3 wild cards, as you know, and San Diego, they've made a couple moves. They felt like this might be their year. They made a move earlier in the year, and the Padres think they are positioned to get into postseason. We'll track that. Speaking of Major League Baseball, as we get a break, I expect any day now or even starting tonight through the end of the month, the trade deadline ends on the final day of the month. There's going to be some moves. It's been a little quiet since the All-Star game, but you know all the general managers were together at the All-Star game location. They were talking, they were scheming, who's buying, who's selling. There will be some moves coming up in Major League Baseball over the next several days. I can't wait to see what happens and who goes where, who thinks they've still got a chance, who thinks they're going to push all in and say our season is over. Speaking of baseball, as we come up to our top of the hour break, tomorrow we'll visit with our buddy Cade Kistner. Cade, very, very, very busy. He was at the All-Star game. He's very busy with Sports Illustrated. He is the baseball publisher for SI. We're going to catch up with Cade tomorrow and do kind of a first half review, second half Major League Baseball preview. Cade is dialed in, and we'll talk some Major League Baseball with Cade tomorrow. We'll come back, look at some Major League Baseball news and notes, and a bunch of other stuff we want to get to here on a Thursday edition. I'm Terry Norvelle. Thanks so much for hanging out with us. We got 1 hour left here on a Thursday from the patio at Sliders Oyster Bar.
For those dealing with pain from a sports injury, arthritis, or spine condition, Southeast Orthopedic Specialists offers innovative new non-surgical options. Our regenerative medicine treatments, including platelet-rich plasma and other regenerative treatments, use your body's own restorative cells to aid in treating injuries. These procedures are performed in our offices and typically require minimal downtime. If you want to get back to doing what you love, our regenerative treatment options may be right for you. For more information or to schedule an appointment online, visit our website.
Finally, a family atmosphere, kid-friendly restaurant with a real sports bar feel. Bricks Jack's Beach features all of that and a large, climate-controlled covered patio with misting fans and heaters for all seasons. Mix in an extremely diverse menu that features the most quality and affordable steak at the beach, and there's no reason not to enjoy your next lunch, dinner, happy hour, or big sporting event at Bricks Jack's Beach, 300 2nd Street North in Jacksonville Beach. See you at Bricks Jack's Beach.
I was tempted.
It's more than just food. It's a tradition, a heritage.
I was tempted.
It's about my family and the smiles on their faces. It's about the flavor,
I was certain.
the meat, the love, the community. Our
To
community.
change you and you will be mine.
Barbecue is who we are, and it's what we do.
Hey everyone, Olivia Tasley here from Action Sports Jacks to tell you all the different ways you can watch our new 24/7 network. 3 easy steps. You don't even need a pen and paper to write it down. Step number 1, download the app. Search Action News Jacks in your app store either on your phone or your smart TV. Then, once you're on the app, click on that little drop-down menu in the upper left-hand corner with the 3 little lines. That'll show you these options, and boom, right here, click Action Sports Jacks 24/7, and you will be brought to our continuous stream channel. That app can be accessed through all these different platforms, whether you have Roku, Fire TV, Smart TV, Apple TV, or Google TV. You can find our app. Now, if you don't have access to the app, don't worry, we still got you covered. We're across all social media platforms from Facebook, Instagram, X, YouTube, Twitch. We have a podcast channel. Plus, check out our short reels on our TikTok. Action Sports Jacks 24/7. It's on all the time and everywhere.
It's a new logo, new branding. With Bold City Heating and Air, it's an old school approach. One of the few locally owned and operated air conditioning businesses left in Jacksonville. It's hot, Florida in the summer. You can't do much to avoid it, but you can keep cool with Bold City Heating and Air. It's every customer counts kind of service, from when these trucks have pulled up to my home over the last couple of years and when they pull into your driveway as well. From communication to pricing to the actual service, everyone at Bold City Heating and Air cares about you. You know who is coming to your house. You know they will be well trained and they will respect your home. Air conditioning convenience at boldcityac.com. Stay cool while it gets hot. Bold City Heating and Air can help. Don't get caught sweating all summer. boldcityac.com, and they have financing to help. New systems starting at $110 a month and $50 off any repairs. Stay safe, stay comfortable with Bold City Heating and Air at boldcityac.com. Homegrown in your hometown.
All right, back we are. Take a look at the, I guess we could call that the Unconquered Seminole on the horseback there. Beautiful statue outside Doak Campbell, and that's very apropos because the Noles and the Yellow Jackets, they are really kind of the first ones to hit the practice field. I think it was yesterday. Florida State and Georgia Tech, they have started their preparations for their August 24th kickoff. Saturday, August 24th. How about that? College football starts. They are not the only game, but they're the big game. They're the big marquee game on Saturday, August 24th. College football kicks off that Saturday. The following Saturday, August 31st, is really the official week one. Everybody pretty much kicks off. But Florida State and Georgia Tech, they get to start this week. And I want to say teams have like 20 or 21 days to when they start camp before their first game. There is a set amount of days. Now, you may be saying, well, wait a minute, Terry. That's about 30, 31 days as of yesterday to get to the 24th for Florida State. You're contradicting yourself. Well, a little bit. The NCAA has given Georgia Tech and Florida State several lead days. They've given them a few days extra because their game is not in Tallahassee with each other. Their game is not in Atlanta. Their game is in Dublin, Ireland, meaning to get there, both of those teams are going to have to shut down their practice a good 3, maybe 4 days ahead of time to travel to Dublin, get their sea legs under them, and go play a game, and then come back. So the NCAA very smartly gives those two teams, because of the distance they have to travel, they get an extra 6 or 7 days. So Georgia Tech, Florida State on the practice field getting ready. Should be a pretty good game. Florida State has lost a lot of firepower from their undefeated regular season team of last year. It appears that Mike Norvelle has really figured out how to let me back up. Figured out his recruiting approach to modern college football. He doesn't go all high school guys. He plugs in portal and he gets a few guys. But it'd be interesting to see how Florida State responds to. They lost a lot of players, a lot of their marquee receivers, running backs, quarterback on offense. Georgia Tech, they'll be in their, second or third year under Brent Key, an up-and-coming coach. Georgia Tech had probably a little bit better season last year than a lot of people expected. And I don't know where this factors, but I'm just going to throw it out. Georgia Tech, their offensive coordinator and assistant head football coach is a guy named Chris Winkie, a former Seminole big-time player. I think he won the Heisman Trophy at Florida State. So college football is right around the corner. We want to get to some Major League Baseball news and notes here in a minute. But I'm going to lean toward my buddy Nick. I'm sitting here at Sliders. Got a little bit of a blurry screen, so if there are any comments that I need to be aware of, I'm having a little trouble reading. So no pressure, but if anything comes through that's worth noting, Nick, I'm going to lean on you. I'm going to lean on you. Thank you.
We just got Lonnie in the chat saying, let's go.
Let's go?
Yeah.
That's it?
Yeah, that's all.
Where are we going? Where are we going?
I think I'm going to Tennessee at some point.
Hey, Nick, where are we going, and what are we going to do when we get there?
I don't know. I think I'm going to Knoxville to watch the Volunteers whoop the Gators this year.
Are you going to that game?
I wish. Probably not.
Yeah.
I debated on it. It was like, I got a couple days of PTO left. We'll cash them in.
Yeah.
It works out.
And that game, I think, falls like it's like game 5 or 6, right? It's 4.
Yeah, it's late in the year.
Yeah.
What we normally
play. Later than it used to be. Like your third game, Florida would open up with 2 kind of cupcakes, and they play Tennessee like September 21st. I think it's a little bit later, but I will tell you this right now. I'll tell you this right now, Nick.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of water that could go under the bridge right now. I would expect Tennessee to beat Florida in Knoxville. Right now, things can change, but I would pick, if you said, Terry, who wins right now, Florida, Tennessee, and I would say Tennessee.
I have Florida as a toss-up for me. I think Graham Mertz is experienced enough to win the game. It comes down to if Iamaleava, our quarterback, the kid we got this year as a freshman, really and truthfully, 1 game of experience. Can he grow up enough in the first 5 games? He's got a hard schedule at home versus UTC. On the road, neutral site, NC State, though it's technically an NC State home game in Charlotte. Back home for Kent State. On the road to OU, so you got to go into Gaylord. You got to play a tough team. Hostile. Yeah. Then you go to Fayetteville for Arkansas. He's going to grow up a lot in the first 5-6 weeks before he even gets to Florida.
And you make a good point. If Florida has a real chance to win that game, the quarterback, Graham Mertz has been around. We know what he's going to do. Graham Mertz is not going to walk into Neyland Stadium and go, oh my God, look at the lights and look at the big crowd. Well, Graham Mertz has been around 6 years in college football. He's played everywhere. He's played in the big stadiums in the SEC. He's played in the big stadiums of the Big Ten, right? I mean, it was at Wisconsin.
Okay, I was about to say, what was
he's
his
not
prior
going to be
school?
spooked.
Yeah.
Say that again.
I was wondering what his prior school was. I
mean, and Graham Mertz coming out of high school, I remember tracking him 6 years ago. He was a 4.5/5-star big time recruit. I mean, he went to the big high school all-star game in San Antonio. The Army, he was a great player. He was throwing touchdowns to all these great receivers in that all-star game. He went to Wisconsin because that was his dream school. He was from in that area, and he went to Wisconsin. Wisconsin's offense did not fit his skill set, and he labored for 3 years. Yeah. He was at the wrong school with the wrong offense. He was a big recruit. Transfers to Florida. Florida didn't have a good season. Graham Mertz had a good year. He was a 20-touchdown, 3-interception guy, and that is one area. If Nico, the Tennessee quarterback, if he walks, and that'll be the big game. I mean, that's always a huge game. Yeah. It's a huge conference game. The lights will be on. The national boys will be there. If Florida could win that game, it might be because Nico gets, wide-eyed, kind of. Now, Nico was a 5-star now. He was a big-time recruit, too. He's a big boy now, as you know, as a Tennessee fan.
Well, he's a 5-star kid out of California. I want to say Polytech's where he came out of.
I think so,
he was huge in college. And, of course, there was a whole deal. There was a rumored NIL deal because California was the first to kind of open the floodgate. The rumored numbers like somewhere near the $8 million figure. On3 Sports kind of estimated he's getting 1-point-some-odd million per year, which is wild. And that's not on top of the other stuff he's signing. Yeah, Warren High School, but I want to say played at Poly at some point. No, and it comes down like I think in the bowl game against Iowa, sure, they had no offense to save their life. Played a
Iowa,
quote unquote
Iowa, yeah.
I know, top 5 defense.
Yeah, miserable offense, but a great defense.
Yeah, just the worst offense I've ever met. I think we blanked them 35-0. He scored 28 of the 35 points. We had a pick 6. He had 3 on the ground, 1 through the air, and 130 through the air. Wasn't a great game. He's a freshman kid, first game start and come out. Stayed level-headed, didn't do anything dumb, and made it happen.
Yeah, and first thing I noticed, I watched the bowl game like everybody did, and obviously Tennessee blitzed Iowa miserable offense. But Iowa can play defense now. Iowa's got a nasty defense, and Nico had a good game. He was so skinny back then, but I have heard he's put on about 15 to 20 pounds. And he needed to.
See if I can find this listed at. I've heard the same thing. A lot of guys have put on weight and changed numbers. Yeah,
it looks and I would imagine just growing from 19 to 20 or whatever, he's going to put on some weight. I will say this, Nick, and I hate to take you back to September of last year, and it was a painful loss for Tennessee in Gainesville that night. I was at the game. I was in the press box. I obviously was talking about earlier my buddy and met the guys at Spurs. Yeah. The way the game ended last year and the way the seasons played out, right? The way Florida's season played out last year after they beat Tennessee and the way Tennessee's season played out, you look back, and I'm all about, hey, man, the game is the game. And I'm a Gator fan. I want them to win every game, and Florida won, and I was happy. But as you look back, I go, how the hell did Florida beat them on that night? Sit down there, Johnny Pup. Hold on, we got a special guest here.
Strictly off of.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I'll keep my mic open. I'll bring you guys on camera and take myself off.
Okay, I'm gonna welcome a buddy of mine here that's a legend at Sliders Oyster Bar, Mr. Johnny Pup. How the heck are you?
Terry Norvelle, I'm doing great.
Glad to have you here.
Glad I can get a couple minutes with you.
Oh man, are you kidding me? This guy's such a star. They're walking by trying to get your autograph, man. How you doing, man? We enjoy hanging out here at Sliders, and you are one of the main attractions. Why is this place so special, Sliders? I mean, you've been here a long time. You run that oyster bar. Talk about it.
So, what I'll say is, I mean, it's the restaurant's been here a little over 40 years.
That's
and, all. Yeah. Well, and it's Willoughby's Auto Garage. I mean, I can't imagine getting your oil changed here. But $700 or what? I don't know. But so anyway, the Pickett's were here, and they were amazing, and they did it their way for the longest time. And in my opinion, I can't say this is all fact, but my opinion, when everybody renewed or revamped around the corner, and they had been here 35 years, and they were like, not trying to keep up with the Joneses anymore. Gonna have some good times, and he's doing kayak tours, and they're having an amazing time, and they're amazing. What was great is they actually called Safe Harbor first and said, "Hey, we're not going to do it, and we would like to offer it to you first." And I don't think it was a long period of time, and they took it.
And then the Wootons, obviously, Gerald Pack, the Wootons, they're beach people. They knew what this place is special,
right?
And they took it on. They have been great stewards, and then they've revamped it, and it's just bigger and better, and everybody loves sliders.
Oh yeah, and don't get me wrong. We're still trying to keep it Neptune Beach, and don't get me wrong. I'm not running for mayor or anything like that.
I get you.
Neptune Beach is
special.
Is kept itself Neptune Beach for many, many years and fought off huge corporations.
Absolutely.
and kept the height level, whatever. And I'm happy to be a part of it.
Yeah.
Because it makes sense. And we just don't need to blow up the whole beach so nobody can see it. And, when the Wootons and Packs got this place.
Yeah.
I was actually at another place. I won't say the name, but we had a separation of whatever. And I called Chris and I said, "Hey, buddy, you bought a restaurant with Oyster Bar in the name."
I was just going to say that. You better have a good shucker.
And you don't have an Oyster Bar.
You don't.
And from what I understand is, when the Pickett's got their liquor license, they made the Oyster Bar the liquor bar. And so then the suckers moved back to the back.
Right.
And what I like to think that I added to it was there's not a lot of places that have oyster bars anymore. When, there used to be 15, 20 of them all at the same time, and it was pick your poison. And,
well, you better know what you're doing with an oyster bar, because it can ruin your restaurant, can it? If you don't know how to run it, how to clean it, how to maintain it. I've walked in many a seafood restaurant, and you go, "Oh boy." They don't know what they're doing.
Smells
here.
like fish. Which don't get me wrong, I don't like that saying, because if it's fish, it should smell like fish.
Yeah,
right?
I got
say it smells like bad fish.
There you go.
I got you.
There you go.
But I'm with you. And
how did you get? You are literally. You're going to fight me off on this, but Johnny Pop is synonymous with running this oyster bar, Sliders Oyster Bar.
Wow.
You are a draw. You're an old baseball guy. You're an old West Side guy that transferred.
Yeah.
You're a lot like me. How did you get into the oyster world? And that's a physical job back there, man. I see you and Logan going at it, man.
No, and so ironically, another per se claim to fame is, I filleted fish for Safe Harbor many, many years ago.
I see the videos, yeah.
And so that's kind of and the people I worked for before, we had a retail market, and went through some changes, and they shut down the retail market. And they said, "Well, we'll find something for you to do, Johnny." And I said, "Well, I'll do whatever, because I'm not going to be unemployed again."
Sure.
And so I washed dishes for a couple of days, and then I bust some tables, and then they said, "Hey, you want to try shucking oysters?"
You'd never done it before?
And I said, "Sure." And Bill Penner and Daryl Mead kind of walked me through the oyster shucking system.
Yeah.
And for lack of a better story, the Karate Kid, taking the pebble from the hand. More importantly, I really liked being out in front and talking to the customer, and I learned a lot from customers, from Bill, from Daryl, but I needed to be out front.
Because that inside there at that oyster bar, shucking the oysters is part of it, but a good one puts on a performance, and a good one talks, and a good one gives advice, right? I mean,
right.
And you got locals, but you got travelers. We've got a huge. There are hotels here. You got out of towners. A good oyster shucker has a lot of levels to them, right?
Right. Well, and so and this might be an adverse advertisement for me. Is like so. I don't want to say OCD, like I haven't been diagnosed to a doctor or whatever, but everything I do, I pay particular attention to, and I care about it all. And so what's funny is, so we're called Sliders Oyster Bar. Now, I met both of the original owners, and asked them why, and they really didn't have a great idea, because we still have customers come in and ask, what kind of sliders we have, because the little sandwiches, and we did that for a while.
Yeah,
I think we underpriced it, but it was great. But so they really didn't have a thing, but it was more of beach life, and I don't remember the islands, but they're well traveled in Indonesia, I think, and we got some hand carved stuff, but. So they really didn't have an answer for sliders, and we don't sell sliders. We did for a little while for a special, but so I just kind of converted it to, we're called sliders because they slide off the shell.
Johnny Pop visiting with us here, the head of the Oyster Bar here at Sliders Oyster Bar. Sports, real quick. This place, because everybody loves the beach, and people that travel into our area, they love the beach. Sports dignitaries come through here. I know Dana White. I'm not a big MMA guy, but I know Dana White, the MMA. Am I right? The MMA guy loves this place. And then Florida Georgia weekend, and sports people come through here.
Oh yeah. Well, so Dana White. That's a funny story. Is he was launching his. I don't want to get it wrong, but I think it's a banana bourbon.
Okay, sure.
And it's called Howler Monkey.
Howler.
I don't want to mess up. Anyway, he was scheduled to come like early in the week, so we knew he was coming, and then he didn't even get here till like Thursday. Now here's the funny thing, he's launching his Howler Monkey everywhere. Yeah. So I ran into him at Walgreens just across the way, and we're both picking up Pedialyte and fucking electrolyte to get over our hangover from the bourbon. And I did have some insider information. He's not a real big seafood fan.
Okay.
But he I think he's from Boston. I'm not sure, but he really likes clam chowder. So I had that in my pocket, and I was hungover too. So we laughed, and I got a nice little selfie at Walgreens.
And you said, "Come on over to."
And and I didn't know whether or not, but 45 minutes later, he was here with. I don't know who it was, but it was it might have been his security. It might have been, I don't know. It might have been a fighter, whatever. But they came. They had a couple bowls of clam chowder. They were very gracious and took pictures with anybody that wanted a picture.
And he was already Dana White. He was already international Dana White. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He was already the big man.
So what the great thing was is that weekend that was the first sporting event.
Yes.
Without mask requirements.
Yes.
And that was huge.
And he really respected Jacksonville, right? And he came
back. Absolutely.
He came back.
He loved it. Well, and so I called the boss, Chris, and I said, "Hey man, he's here." So he shot up here
and Chris Wooten and his boys, they're
all
into
trained.
They're trainers, and that was a neat story.
I don't want to fight the youngest one.
No,
and she's amazing, and she wouldn't let you know.
Yes, Nick, our producer, hang tight, Nick. I want to keep Johnny Pop a few more minutes, and I don't want to step on anybody's toes. But what was this the location that Ric Flair came through and kind of got a little loose? Can you talk about that or no?
Well, and I'm not going to throw him under the bus.
Yeah, were you working that day?
Well, no. So funny enough, I was actually at a bar about 12 bars.
No, I don't believe that. You at a bar?
Yeah. I'd throw them out there, but and I was saying hello to a friend I hadn't seen in a while. He's a boat captain, fisherman.
Okay.
And he goes, "Oh, look, Ric Flair's at Sliders 1 minute ago."
At your place.
And I said, "I'm out." I made it here in 7 minutes. Blew through the double doors.
Woo!
went in, sat right next to him. We talked. He had a couple ladies with him, and he was very intoxicated. But he was here promoting his CBD and all that stuff. So I heard when he left here, he got asked to leave Lemon Bar, but I don't know. I'm not going to put him out there like that. But we had a great time. And we did a little like 7-second video, and I'm not mad because I love him. He was a childhood hero. Yeah. But he messed up his own word. He said, "Whoa," and I said, "Woo, yeah."
Even I know it.
So, and I hope he sees this and he comes back and we get it right. But we had a great time.
And I'll let you go. But literally, you never know who's going to sit down out there, out here. It's just a fun place. It's a fun place, and the people you work for and work with are a lot of fun.
Great people,
and they care.
And we're all trying to figure it out. No, and that's what we do is we try hard. And don't get me wrong, it's just like anything else. But when it backs up and we're in the weeds, we do our best and we try. But we always try to make up for it if the experience is lessened in any way. We try to make up for it, or we try to get you back so we can make up for it.
As we let you go, have you ever sat down? I don't know if you could even do it with pen and paper and figured out how many freaking oysters you've shucked?
So
a guesstimate in your career.
My rough guesstimate, and this is 17 years, and but we did 5 festivals in a row, and the biggest festival we did 48,900 oysters in 2 days.
Holy
but it was 10 of us, and then my biggest day ever was 820 dozen. We had to shuck 595 dozen of them. It was me and 3 other boys. And
I can't figure out those numbers. That's a lot.
It's a lot. Yeah. And I went to Fletcher, so I can only count to 12.
Have you had carpal tunnel? Oh, we'll talk to Dr. Bates.
I got it, but I've worked my way through it.
And, that's a physical job. You're standing up and you can't sit down and just kind of fake it.
If I could figure out that care, it'd be great. I could probably sell it all over the country to oyster bars.
Get out of here. That's Johnny
Thanks,
Pop.
brother.
Boy, same here, my friend. My man, Johnny Pop. He's a legend here at Sliders Oyster Bar. Come on down, say hi. He'll take good care of you, and he's got a good crew behind him, Logan and the gang. Nick, I hope you enjoyed that. That guy right there is a legend down here, and he is ready to take good care of you folks coming down to Sliders. Let's take a break. We'll take a come back, regroup, and wind it down. About a half hour left on a fun, as you can hear, as you can see, a fun Thursday. They're all fun at Sliders Oyster Bar down here in Neptune Beach.
At Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, we know pain and injuries can stop you from doing what you love. This is why our board-certified orthopedic specialists offer the latest in both non-surgical and surgical treatment options and create a treatment plan tailored to your unique lifestyle and goals. So, whether it is a sports injury or that nagging pain that's keeping you from doing what you love, our team has the right treatment for you. For more information or to schedule an appointment online, visit our website.
Finally, a family atmosphere, kid-friendly restaurant with a real sports bar feel. Rick's Jack's Beach features all of that and a large, climate-controlled covered patio with misting fans and heaters for all seasons. Mix in an extremely diverse menu that features the most quality and affordable steak at the beach, and there's no reason not to enjoy your next lunch, dinner, happy hour, or big sporting event at Rick's Jack's Beach, 300 2nd Street North in Jacksonville Beach. See you at Rick's Jack's Beach.
I was tempted.
It's more than just food. It's a tradition, a heritage.
I was tempted.
It's about my family and the smiles on their faces. It's about the flavor,
I was certain.
the meat, the love, the community. Our
To
community.
change you and you will be mine.
Barbecue is who we are, and it's what we do.
The Action Sports Jax 24/7 network is streaming. I'm Stuart Weber, and I'm here to teach you a nice three-step process on how you can watch all your favorite programming from the Brent and Austin Show every weekday 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. or the Cup Date with me. It's fantastic. We talk NASCAR. It's a great time. Wednesdays at 1 o'clock. All right, first step, easy. Download the Action News Jax app. You probably already have it downloaded on your phone, so you might already have that one taken care of. Step 2, see that stack of pancakes up there? You click that stack of pancakes, and it's going to bring down step number 3, which is a full screen of all the different streams that you can click on, including the Action Sports Jax 24/7 stream. You click that, the video's rocking and rolling on your mobile device, you're watching all the shows you want to, and you're having a good time. You can also do it on your smart TV with the Action News Jax Now app. I do it on my Samsung TV at home. It's a great way to watch it on a nice, large screen for all the content. That's the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network. Hope you can find it.
You trust CGC to make your water great, and now you can trust CGC with your plumbing needs as well. Fast, convenient scheduling, licensed and insured. A quick call away at 904-552-1242.
You never know when you're going to have an issue with a shower, toilet, or maybe it's a sink that sometimes is easy to fix. All right, let's be honest. I'm not fixing anything. I'm totally staging this because when I have a plumbing problem, I call CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing.
Trained professionals, transparent pricing, customer satisfaction. Small problem or even a bigger issue. Maybe you need a new tankless water heater or something a bit more intricate. The experts with 25 years of experience at CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing can do it all. Call 904-552-1242 or visit cgcwater.com. That's 904-552-1242 or cgcwater.com. CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing, an authorized independent Connecticut dealer. Florida license number CFC 143-2579.
All right, back we are here. I hope you enjoyed talking some MMA there a moment ago with about Dana White. We don't get that a whole lot here on the show, but it was apropos nonetheless. Terry Norvelle here coming to you from the patio at Sliders Oyster Bar. You can hear, you can probably feel what a fun atmosphere. The evening crowd rolling in here. A lot of people dining on an early dinner. Great seafood here provided by Safe Harbor Seafood at Sliders Oyster Bar. We're down in Neptune Beach. If you know, you know. If you don't know, you got to get down here. What a fun place. A little bit of everything. They do a lot of entertainment outside. They've got a putting green out front. They've got a turf area. They bring a lot of music out front. The indoor bar has roll-up windows, kind of, so you can be kind of indoor-outdoor on the indoor bar. The indoor, of course, Oyster Bar at Sliders. And, of course, we are on the patio, and they do a great job. They've got it set up where they can really climate control the patio during the year. They've got heaters for the cold time. They drop down the shades, and they can control it during the cooler time of year with heaters. And, of course, a misting fan and ceiling fans. They do a great job kind of giving you what you need depending on the time of year here at Sliders Oyster Bar. Terry Norvelle here. Patrick Young not with us today. He took the day off. He tested positive with COVID a couple days ago. He feels pretty good, but 15 minutes or so before the show, he kind of let me know, hey, man, my voice is a little scraggly. It's a battle. I might not sound real good. So I said, hey, man, kick it off, man. Take the day off, Patrick Young. We hope to have Patrick tomorrow here on the Young and Norvelle show, as we will be live on the other end of the beach. We'll be about 6 miles yonder. We're in Neptune Beach right now at Sliders. We'll be at Jax Beach Bricks, one of the famous locations, restaurant, bar, sports bar, kind of hang out in Jacksonville Beach. Bricks, come by, say hi, or make sure you enjoy their wonderful menu as well. We've talked some Major League Baseball. We've talked some NFL. There was a no-hitter thrown today. A couple more things from Major League Baseball to be aware of. Boy, the Braves, I'd mentioned as we were heading into the All-Star break that the first 10 games or so, 10 to 15 games post-All-Star break will be big for the Braves. The Braves have been an injury-plagued franchise all season long, even before the season started. Ozzie Albies out now for 8 weeks. Recently, Max Fried, who knows how long, with a forearm injury. The Braves really scuffling. They're trailing the Phillies and have trailed the Phillies by 7, 8, 9 games, 7, 8, 9 games all season. They're not going to catch the Phillies. The Phillies have a 9-game lead. The Phillies are too good. The Braves are going to catch them. But the Braves have been the leader in the wild card race. You know, you have 3 wild cards. The Braves have been consistently up in the wild card race by 4.5, 4.5, 4 games. Well, don't look now. The Braves have lost 4 in a row, and it may be a little panic time. The Braves, their wild card lead is down to 2 games. They've got a 2-game lead as the lead wild card team. Braves are really, really scuffling. And speaking of don't look now, the New York Mets are back in the mix. People had written off the Mets 2 months ago. The Mets, 3 straight wins. They roughed up the Yankees recently. The Mets are 7-3 their last 10 games, and they're right back in the middle. They're in the middle of the wild card race. The problem for the Braves is there are a bunch of teams now within a game, a half a game and a half, 2 games, 3. If you're 3 games out of the wild card, you're in the wild card race. Only 3 get it. And right now there's about 5 teams fighting for it. The Braves really, really have been snake bit all season long. We talked also about the Yankees, how they're scuffling. The Yankees are still hanging tight with the Orioles because the Orioles have not jumped out post All-Star game. The Orioles have scuffled around a little bit, so the Yankees got a bit of a break there, but the Yankees are not playing good baseball. A team that is playing good baseball, and they've resurrected from the dead a little bit, the defending World Series champion Texas Rangers. They've been written off pretty much. They're on a 4-game winning streak. The Rangers are only 3 back in their chase for the playoffs. So keep an eye on the Rangers in Major League Baseball. It's going to be a fun final. What do we got? Probably 55 games or so left here and a lot of races. Things we know, though, pretty much that we know. The Phillies are going to win their division, the East. They're having a huge year. The Dodgers, the same way. The Yankees and the Orioles are going to battle for the AL East. Those are the things we know. After that, you have 3 wild cards in each league series. The National League has 3. The American League has 3. So you have your 3 division winners, and you have 3 wild cards. What that does is, man, it brings a lot of franchises into the hunt, the playoff hunt, the postseason hunt, and that's good for sports. It's good for baseball. That same theory is going to play out starting this year in college football. Think about how fun college football. Number one, it's my favorite sport by far. I love college football. And it's had warts. It's had issues. College football has been run wrong. It's been organized wrong at times. But it's a great, great game. I cannot wait for this year when, let's say, November rolls around. Historically, in college football, once early to mid-November rolls around, well, you kind of know where your program, your favorite team, is headed. All right, lost a couple games. Maybe we can get to the Gator Bowl. Maybe we can get to a decent bowl, win a game, maybe get double digits, blah, 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 blah. Only 1 or 2 programs, maybe 3 or 4 at the most, mid-November in the history of college football thinks about a national championship. Because, A, for the longest time, you didn't have any playoff. You had bowl games, you had voting. And then recently, okay, we've had 4-team playoffs. Well, by the time early to mid-November rolled around, you kind of knew, well, we've got 2 losses. We're probably not going to get in that 4-team mix that was born in, 2014. Well, now, can you imagine? We're going to roll into the second week of November, the second Saturday, say, of November. You got a 12-team playoff. You're going to have, at that point, across the country in the Big 4 conferences, just by sheer mathematics, you're going to have 16, 18, 20, 22 college football programs that have 2 or less losses. And those programs, all 22 of those programs, the second Saturday in November are going to think we're still in the mix. Because don't forget, you can't win it unless you're in it. But 12 teams will get in it. That's going to make college football just off the chart, I think, in November. Can you imagine 20 to 22 programs that are not just dreaming, they're legitimately in this thing. If they can win another couple games, they got a chance to get in the playoff. It hasn't always been that way. It's going to be a fun college football season with the expansion. And frankly, I don't think we're going to be at 12 long. I think it's going to jump up to 14. And then ultimately, if I was the czar of college football, and I should be, ultimately, college football needs to go a total of about 64, your big bad 64 college football programs with a 16-team playoff. I don't want any more. I don't want it to be diluted. I think 16/64 is the right ratio. We will see. I think that's where it's going. It's taken a long time to get where we're at, but I think that's where we will ultimately go. The problem with college football right now, the biggest problem is we need to get rid of committees. The NFL doesn't use committees. You know what the NFL does? They determine playoffs by regular season records, and they determine tiebreakers not by a committee, but they have a set tiebreaker. College football needs to get to that point. Anywho, we got loose on that, but you can never talk too much college football here on our program. I guarantee you that. Let's take our final break of the evening. We'll come back, reset everything, peek ahead to tomorrow, and we've got a couple more topics to hit here on the Young and Norvelle Show, coming to you live from Sliders Oyster Bar on a Thursday. Stay with us, folks.
For those dealing with pain from a sports injury, arthritis, or spine condition, Southeast Orthopedic Specialists offers innovative new non-surgical options. Our regenerative medicine treatments, including platelet-rich plasma and other regenerative treatments, use your body's own restorative cells to aid in treating injuries. These procedures are performed in our offices and typically require minimal downtime. If you want to get back to doing what you love, our regenerative treatment options may be right for you. For more information or to schedule an appointment online, visit our website.
Finally, a family atmosphere, kid-friendly restaurant with a real sports bar feel. Bricks Jack's Beach features all of that and a large, climate-controlled covered patio with misting fans and heaters for all seasons. Mix in an extremely diverse menu that features the most quality and affordable steak at the beach, and there's no reason not to enjoy your next lunch, dinner, happy hour, or big sporting event at Bricks Jack's Beach, 300 2nd Street North in Jacksonville Beach. See you at Bricks Jack's Beach.
I was tempted.
It's more than just food. It's a tradition, a heritage.
I was tempted.
It's about my family and the smiles on their faces. It's about the flavor,
I was certain.
the meat, the love, the community. Our
To
community.
change you and you will be mine.
Barbecue is who we are, and it's what we do.
Hey everyone, Olivia Tasley here from Action Sports Jacks to tell you all the different ways you can watch our new 24/7 network. 3 easy steps. You don't even need a pen and paper to write it down. Step number 1, download the app. Search Action News Jacks in your app store either on your phone or your smart TV. Then, once you're on the app, click on that little drop-down menu in the upper left-hand corner with the 3 little lines. That'll show you these options, and boom, right here, click Action Sports Jacks 24/7, and you will be brought to our continuous stream channel. That app can be accessed through all these different platforms, whether you have Roku, Fire TV, Smart TV, Apple TV, or Google TV. You can find our app. Now, if you don't have access to the app, don't worry, we still got you covered. We're across all social media platforms from Facebook, Instagram, X, X, YouTube, Twitch. We have a podcast channel. Plus, check out our short reels on our TikTok. Action Sports Jax 24/7. It's on all the time and everywhere.
It's a new logo, new branding. With Bold City Heating and Air, it's an old school approach. One of the few locally owned and operated air conditioning businesses left in Jacksonville. It's hot, Florida in the summer. You can't do much to avoid it, but you can keep cool with Bold City Heating and Air. It's every customer counts kind of service, from when these trucks have pulled up to my home over the last couple of years and when they pull into your driveway as well. From communication to pricing to the actual service, everyone at Bold City Heating and Air cares about you. You know who is coming to your house. You know they will be well trained, and they will respect your home. Air conditioning convenience at boldcityac.com. Stay cool while it gets hot. Bold City Heating and Air can help. Don't get caught sweating all summer. boldcityac.com, and they have financing to help. New systems starting at $110 a month and $50 off any repairs. Stay safe, stay comfortable with Bold City Heating and Air at boldcityac.com. Homegrown in your hometown.
Become what you are, you know. Tough decisions. Yeah, there's tough. All right, we'll get out of here. We'll mess around a few minutes. Man, I got a ton of this Dayton sports history. I keep missing it this week. This week in sports history. I'm doing that. All right, back we are. Terry Norvelle coming to you from Sliders Oyster Bar, slowly wrapping things up. Patio filling up as people are rolling in. Boy, this has got to be, what are we, going on 10 minutes till 6 o'clock in the evening on July 25th. I would say right now, all over Duval County, and we're down at Neptune Beach right now, but I would say all over Duval County, this might be, and Nick, our producer, you can chime in. Right now, this might be the most comfortable, cool temperature that we have had for 10 minutes to 6 p.m. in the last 2 months,
or two,
easily. Yeah. Man, I don't know where you're at in town, how it is, but we had some rain earlier. It feels great out here.
Yeah, over here off just off beach. Yeah, it came through about noon today. There was a big clap of thunder.
Okay, you got a little earlier.
Austin show.
Yeah, you got a little earlier.
Yeah, but it cut it down here, and I mean, sure, a little muggy, but it cooled it off a ton. So even like 79 is perfect.
Oh man, I bet you it's about 80 degrees right here. Now I can't for sure say this is true, but I've been saying. This summer, and what are we, halfway through the hard summer, probably, hopefully a little past halfway through. Yeah. I would be confident in saying, and I may be wrong, but I'm going to say this. I don't think it has been any hotter, and I'm born and raised in Jacksonville. I don't think it's been any hotter necessarily. We just haven't had the consistent rain to cool it down. Remember, we just got out of that. What was it? It must have been 6 weeks where it barely rained at all.
Yeah.
I love the 1, maybe 2 rain showers a day. We haven't had that, but we had it today. It feels great out here, man. Just great. Great.
First Alert Weather Team did say for a while we were in a dry spell, and the rainy season didn't start on time. It started a bit late.
I will say, man, it was brittle. It was brittle. We just got no rain. And, man, I would hit that weather app or Action News. I'd go to the weather and click it on, and I would see that 7-day, and I go, I don't see – what do you mean 5% rain, 10% rain? I need 60% rain, 70% rain. It was brittle there for a while, though, wouldn't you say? That those 4 or 5 weeks in a row, it just never rained. And just brutal. Just brutal. All right, let's reset where we've been, where we're going, and what's coming up soon and tomorrow. Don't forget, tomorrow, 10 to 1, our midday show. You don't want to miss Brent and Austin. They do a great job midday. Certainly, Brent Martineau and the entire Action Sports Jax sports team, they are all over Jaguar Camp. We are stealing a lot of their good work. We appreciate them letting us grab some of their stand-ups. And if you want to follow the Jaguars, you don't have to go far. Action Sports Jax, Brent Martineau, Olivia Stewart, and everybody, Marcel, they do a super job Don't forget, Brent and Austin, every weekday, 10 to 1, they get us going with our midday show. And then, of course, Patrick Young, myself, Terry Norvelle, we jump in 4 to 6. Patrick is out today. He has tested positive for COVID. He's been with us all week. But he let me know he had a little bit of a scratchy voice and just didn't want to go for 2 hours and be a detriment to the ears, if you know what I mean. So I said, Pat, take it easy, take it off. Hopefully we'll catch up with Patrick Young tomorrow. We will be at Bricks Jacks Beach tomorrow, our Friday home. So just want to let people know where Patrick's at. Obviously, the Young and Norvelle show, Patrick Young is a huge part of our program. Other things we want to get to, Nick, and I want to catch you shorthanded back in the control room, but do you happen to have the still photography photo of what the Oregon Ducks did as their first ever trip as a Big Ten member? They went to Media Days. Media Days are going on right now in Indianapolis. And I don't know if you happen to have this, but what a cool, smart thing Oregon did. So they get out of the Pac-12. They jump into the Big Ten. They have their first ever Big Ten Media Days, and they're going on right now in Indianapolis, in the heart of Big Ten country. Oregon, do you see that? Is that not the coolest thing? Oregon, somebody with Oregon had the foresight to say, hey, why don't we float a huge Oregon duck in the Indianapolis River, basically where the media days are taking place? Is that not the coolest thing? Look at that thing. What a great idea. Got them great publicity. Just kind of a way of saying, hey, we're Oregon. Everybody knows the duck. And they floated it at Media Days in Indianapolis. Nick, was that the coolest thing? That's one of the coolest ideas I've seen in a while, man.
It's definitely up there as like one of those publicity stunts. It's just a fun
that
thing.
Great?
In Oregon's, like, their color scheme, that green, that yellow, it's classic, it's iconic, it's fantastic. It's such a cool
Nick,
thing.
You just had the word, though, fun. It just fun. Look at the duck kind of, anytime you see the duck, you smile, right?
Yeah.
Look at the little face on the duck. You can't not smile. And you're right. There's something about that green and gold, and not many programs are green and gold. You know, a lot of teams are red and white. A lot of teams are blue. There aren't many teams that are green and gold. Oregon, obviously, with Phil Knight, they've done a great job. Love them or hate them. Sometimes they miss with their uniforms, but I don't know who thought of that, who the marketing genius was, but don't you think that we're not the only show in the country that has pointed that out? They got a million miles out of that thing. What a great idea.
Yeah,
what a great idea.
Look
at that.
Such a good one. And I've been to Indianapolis before.
Thanks for pulling that up. I wanted to get.
And I think it's a neat town, and this is just going to pop up in the center of it. It's like, all right, this is really cool, and it fits Indy. Right. So I think a very smart play from Oregon.
With that said, I have not been to downtown. Is their river kind of like our river, right in the heart of downtown? Does it cut through, or do you know much of? Is it on the outskirts?
A little kind of to the outskirts. Doesn't cut through the heart of downtown. I've been over near like Lucas Oil and that in Gamebridge and whatnot. I was up there last year in August. Such a neat little town. Didn't venture over
Is
the
it
river,
really?
but I did get to see some. Yeah. You can park anywhere and walk all over downtown. It's fantastic.
Nice, but what a great job by whoever in the marketing department of the
give that person
University of Oregon, man. Great. I mean, I think they trumped all the new programs coming into the Big Ten. I think they were all trumped by Oregon and that great idea. I wanted to make sure we got that on. Hey, we got some stuff we want to carry over. Man, I have got a ton of this week in sports history. We've just been so busy. It's added on Monday and added on Tuesday. I'm going to try tomorrow to get this week in sports history. A lot of neat stuff has happened on this week, sports history over the years. We'll try to get that tomorrow. We'll be live tomorrow at Bricks Jacks Beach. You know our location, Bricks Jacks Beach, 4 until 6 p.m. And that's another great classic location at the beach. And remember, if you don't know, I'm going to tell you, if you're in the area of Bricks Jacks Beach tomorrow, lunchtime, dinner time, they have a world famous Friday special, the $12.99 ribeye steak special, consistent every Friday at Bricks Jacks Beach. $12.99 ribeye. Have you priced steak lately in the grocery store? Good luck if you have. And that special at Bricks comes with two sides. Two sides and a great ribeye special steak for $12.99 every Friday, all day long. If you don't believe me, come enjoy it at lunchtime and or dinner time tomorrow. We'll be down at Bricks Jacks Beach. The Olympics really, they've kind of started. It's kind of weird. You've had several sports already start, but the opening ceremony is tomorrow. We've got some stuff to go over tomorrow with regard to, if you're not crazy about the Olympics, well, don't look now. The Ocho is back. That's right. ESPN 8, The Ocho. They are giving you 4 days, August 1st through the 4th, of programming. Seldom seen sports is their catchphrase, The Ocho. We'll try and go over some of the sports that you will see on The Ocho, and they are hilarious. We'll go over that tomorrow, hopefully, if we have time. That'll just about wrap it up. I want to thank everybody here at Sliders Oyster Bar. They roll out the red carpet every single Thursday that we're here. We'll come back next Thursday. Johnny Pop was kind enough to sit down for a few moments. Also want to thank Nick for producing and kind of co-hosting a little bit as we go. That'll wrap it up. We'll see you tomorrow. The Young and Norvelle Show broadcasting live from the other end of the beach, Bricks Jacks Beach. Come by, say hi, enjoy the food, and talk some ball with us. Have a great day, everybody.
Finally, a family atmosphere, kid-friendly restaurant with a real sports bar feel. Bricks Jacks Beach features all of that and a large, climate-controlled covered patio with misting fans and heaters for all seasons. Mix in an extremely diverse menu that features the most quality and affordable steak at the beach, and there's no reason not to enjoy your next lunch, dinner, happy hour, or big sporting event at Bricks Jacks Beach, 300 2nd Street North in Jacksonville Beach. See you at Bricks Jacks Beach.
For over 20 years, Southeast Orthopedic Specialists has been providing the highest level of orthopedic and spine care to patients throughout Northeast Florida. Now, we're making that same great care even more convenient with Southeast Orthopedic Specialists Direct, a walk-in clinic where you can be seen for pain or injuries with no appointment needed. Staffed by orthopedic physicians and specialists, we offer everything from diagnosis and treatment to imaging and bracing, all with no appointment needed. For more information, hours, and locations, visit our website.
I was tempted.
It's more than just food. It's a tradition, a heritage.
I was tempted.
It's about my family and the smiles on their faces. It's about the flavor,
I was certain.
the meat, the love, the community. Our
To
community.
change you and you will be mine.
Barbecue is who we are, and it's what we do.
Hey everyone, Olivia Tasley here from Action Sports Jacks to tell you all the different ways you can watch our new 24/7 network. 3 easy steps. You don't even need a pen and paper to write it down. Step number 1, download the app. Search Action News Jacks in your app store either on your phone or your smart TV. Then, once you're on the app, click on that little drop-down menu in the upper left-hand corner with the 3 little lines. That'll show you these options, and boom, right here, click Action Sports Jacks 24/7, and you will be brought to our continuous stream channel. That app can be accessed through all these different platforms, whether you have Roku, Fire TV, Smart TV, Apple TV, or Google TV. You can find our app. Now, if you don't have access to the app, don't worry, we still got you covered. We're across all social media platforms from Facebook, Instagram, X, YouTube, Twitch. We have a podcast channel. Plus, check out our short reels on our TikTok. Action Sports Jacks 24/7. It's on all the time and everywhere.
Summertime means sizzling sales at Nimnick Buick GMC. The #1 Buick GMC dealer in Jacksonville has lots of inventory to choose from with their best price guarantee. Nimnick never charges above MSRP. You can save up to $10,000 off select new GMC Sierras or get rates as low as 1.9%.
You know, I'm a truck guy. GMC Sierra, my trim level is an SLT. This one's an Elevation. Pretty good looking color as well. So here at Nimnick Buick GMC, you have a lot to pick from. My father-in-law, he drives this, an Enclave, so I feel like that GMC in the family. 2025 is coming around the corner, which means it's almost time to close out those 2024s this summer.
You can schedule a test drive at NimnickBuickGMC.com. And while you're there, check your trade value and customize your payment options. Nimnick is there for you, even on Sundays. Visit the showroom on Phillips Highway or shop online at NimnickBuickGMC.com. Nimnick, your friends in the car business since 1941. GMC, we are